Hi everybody, welcome to Youngjin University's Business, Tourism, Sales 2 class. I'm your professor. My name is Nathan Meendering. I've lived in Korea now about 6 years. I'm originally from a state called Iowa in the United States. And yeah, I'll be teaching your class this semester. Before we get started with our lesson 1, online sales and tourism, my email and KakaoTalk ID are here. Okay, my email is siru@gmail.com. And my Kakao ID is my last name, Meendering, Korea. Okay? If there's something in the class that you don't understand, if I'm talking too fast, if I'm talking too slow, if the reading is too difficult, right? If the speaking is too difficult, if you're having a hard time in class, contact me, okay? That's the way to go. Contact me and I will try my best to help you, okay? Before we start, I just want to explain a few things for you because this is our first class, okay? Our rules are the same rules, right, of every Youngjin English class. No phones, no sleeping, right? Basic class stuff. I think you guys are at the end of your second year. You should know, right, the rules of the classes. So I didn't put them here, but the grading is important because this is coronavirus semester. So we don't know yet if we will meet in person, offline, or if we will stay online this semester. We don't know. So this is the normal grading for most Youngjin English classes. Attendance 20%, homework is 20%, it's 2 assignments, each one 10%, then midterm and a final. That's normal, that makes sense. If we stay online again this semester, we did in the spring, I feel like right now it's really 50-50, but I would not be surprised if we stayed online for a while. If we stay online, the grading rubric changes, okay? Attendance is the same, 20%, but we will not, if we stay online for coronavirus, okay, then we would not have a midterm. That would go away, so the extra 30% would go into homework and the final. So it'd be 2 homework assignments at 20% each, and then a final for 40. Okay? So just be aware, depending whether we meet in person or not, this is what your grading scale, your grading rubric for this semester is going to look like. Okay? For the homework, every week there will be a project to do. Most of the time it'll probably be a prompt that you just read and then respond and answer and then give it to me. Okay? Assuming coronavirus causes the majority of our class to be online, this is what I'm assuming, but you never know. Towards the middle of the semester, probably 2 or 3 weeks before we have the midterm, if we have a midterm, I will ask for the entire group of projects. Okay, so what this means is we probably have 6 weeks of class, then either a review and a midterm, or just a midterm, and then 6 more weeks, and then either a review and final, or just a final. Okay? So there's going to be like 2 hand-in dates. Okay? I will not ask you for each weekly assignment during the week. I will ask you to give me all 6 weeks at one time. Okay? Like a week before the midterm, or a week before the final. Okay? I will collect all of the assignments. check them, and then that will be your 20% homework for that half of the semester. And we'll do 2 halves, so that's where you get the 40%. If we do this, then it'll be 10% homework, 2 halves, so 20%. Okay, so every week you have an assignment. 6 or 7 assignments will be your 20%, so probably like 3% assignment. So it's very important that you do them all. Okay? Our class for today, we start with the speaking warm-up very quickly. We go over some vocabulary related to the topic. We have a listening comprehension exercise, and then we go over the writing assignment number 1. Okay, our speaking warm-up. There is a video here. We're not going to watch it together now, because we only have 20 minutes. So pause the video, watch this video. Okay? Pause my video, watch this video. And then after you watch it, think of an appropriate response to the next 2 questions that I'm going to ask you. Okay? Practice speaking your response out loud. Use full sentences and relate your response to the video. This is important because this is practice for either activities we do later or the midterm exam. Okay, so hopefully you paused this video. Now you've watched this video. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, so the first question. Have you ever used either Expedia, Booking.com, or another OTA? So if you watch this video, he talks a lot about OTAs. It's an online travel agency. Okay? Have you ever used them to book a trip before? Or any Korean OTA? I don't know Korean OTAs, but any Korean OTA. Why did you use it? And then where did you go with it? You can tell me something about your trip. Okay, so pause this video one more time. Take a few minutes and try and answer my question. Okay? If you're done, I will give you my example response. When my wife and I went to Hawaii for our honeymoon, this is true, we did go to Hawaii. We purchased many of our hotels as well as our rental car through Expedia. We did this because it was much cheaper than other websites, and it's easy to keep track of all our different reservations if they're all on one website, right? The hotel, if you have 3 hotels, then they're all right on Expedia.com. That's why we did it. Okay, one more. Would you prefer to look at many different websites and then only select the cheapest hotels and cars and experiences? Or if one website is a little bit more expensive, but you can do everything there, would you rather do that? Okay? Many different websites, all very cheap, or one website, a little more expensive, but then all together. Okay? Practice your response. And then here's mine. I prefer using the cheapest websites, even if that means I have to buy one car at one website, a hotel at a different website, and experiences at a different website. I can remember my password and ID, so it's not confusing. Okay? There's no right or wrong answer, it's just practicing your speaking. Okay, some vocab words for today. The first one is to shop about. Okay, to shop about means either you go to different shops or websites and you compare prices, quality, and benefits of products before you buy something. So you don't buy on the first website, you look at like 5, and then you find, this is the cheapest. So you buy here. Okay, you want to use it in a sentence? Hey Nathan, did you buy your trip yet? Oh, not yet. I'm still shopping about. Okay, I'm shopping about. I'm trying to find the best prices. Okay, to shop about, shopping about. Next one, cutthroat. So cutthroat literally means like cutthroat. And we use it to talk about markets or different businesses that compete very aggressively. Okay? It means businesses, people, or groups are competing extremely intensely. Usually, cutthroat is used as an adjective to describe a business landscape or, sorry, there's a light here, or a specific market, like the tourism market. It's very cutthroat. If you make one mistake, you can lose your business. The competition between these two businesses is cutthroat. Okay? Brick and mortar. So brick and mortar literally means, right, these red things are bricks. And this white stuff is mortar. So mortar is like the glue, and then the bricks build the wall. Okay? When someone talks about brick and mortar sales, they mean offline sales made at a store with 4 walls and a door, right? A store traditionally made from bricks and mortar. Okay? The same for a brick and mortar business. If you hear brick and mortar business, it's a business that operates in person, not on the internet. Okay? Brick and mortar sales come from a brick and mortar store, not online. Okay? Dual pricing. This is when a business like Walmart or Costco sets 2 different prices for a certain product. They have their online price and their brick and mortar price. Okay? So you go to walmart.com, find a TV for $100. Oh, dude, that TV is $50 at our brick and mortar store. You should have checked there. And this is a real thing. Okay? Here's one example. This actually happens. Walmart offered discounts on items that were ordered online if you picked them up in stores. They give you a discount between 3 and 5%. Okay? Walmart has begun raising some online prices and adding in-store price tags next to items so people can see it's cheaper to go to the store. So if you go to walmart.com, they'll show you your online price and then the offline price, because they don't want to give you home delivery. It's expensive. Their 2-day delivery is free if you spend $35 or more. So they give you a discount if you go to the brick and mortar store. Okay, so the online and brick and mortar prices are different. A margin is the difference between the cost of buying or producing something. So if Expedia buys a hotel room cheaply from the hotel, that's one price. And then the price that the company sells it to me for, the difference is the margin. Okay? So for example, if Expedia buys a cheap hotel room for $20 from the hotel, and then later they sell it to me for $50, their sales margin is $30. They started at $20, they sold it to me for $50, so their profit margin is $30. A tour package. This actually, our lesson number 2 is all about tour packages. Very simply, a company buys a bunch of hotels, rental cars, tour guides, experiences all together. They buy it, they make a package, and they sell it to you. And they usually give you some discount, right? You can see flat 15% off, flat 20% off, 8 days, 7 nights. So they plan the whole trip for you. And next week we'll talk more about tour packages. An itinerary. Excuse me. An itinerary is the plan for a trip or a journey. If you buy a tour package somewhere, they will give you your itinerary. If you don't buy a tour package, you have to make your own. So it has times, dates, prices, everything like that. Net rate, very easy. The net rate is the price of a hotel room without Expedia or Booking.com or any OTA's commission. So, if someone like Expedia or Booking.com buys a hotel room, they pay the net rate. You can pay the net rate if you call the hotel and ask them directly, how much is your room? Sometimes it's even cheaper on Expedia and Booking.com. Sometimes it's more expensive. Okay, so pause the video, take some time, see if you can connect the words to their definitions. Okay, if you don't know, these sentences are just right from the other slides. You can go back and look. Okay? Vocabulary quiz. Good luck, it's just the 8 words we just practiced. Okay, listening comprehension. It's from the video, okay, but I will warn you, in the video he talks pretty quickly. So, I'm going to give you the option. You can either watch his video, okay, but he speaks some fast, so if you want, I will read it here, slowly for you, okay? So you can skip my reading and do it here, or you can listen to me. And the long and short of it is, there are 3 primary business models that they employ. First, the merchant model, in which the OTA purchases hotel rooms or another type of booking in advance at a discount, and then turns around and sells that back to you and me at a higher price. Second is the agency model, in which the OTA acts as a salesperson, basically, and facilitates a booking between a hotel, airline, or other travel supplier and the customer, and in return receives a commission or a fee in exchange for helping to sell that booking. Thirdly, OTAs make money from advertising to the millions of viewers using their services, or from subsidiaries, home sharing companies, or reservation platforms. Okay, so listen to it a couple times if you need, and when you're ready, this is the answer key. Okay, merchant model, discount, agency model, travel supplier, advertising, millions of visitors. Alright, assignment number 1. So, each week I will ask you to write a response to a prompt at the end of each lesson. Okay, and then when you collect them, they'll be 10 or 20%, like we talked about. Every prompt will have multiple answers, and you're mostly graded on English grammar and then a little bit of content. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. I just want you to answer and then explain why you think that way. Okay, so do you think OTAs are good for hotels? If not, are they good for customers? Okay, minimum 5 sentences. You have different choices. You can agree with one side, agree with the other side, or explain pros and cons for both. Okay, so those are your choices. I think OTAs are bad for customers. I think they're good for customers. I think they're great for hotels. I think they're terrible for hotels. I think they both have pros and cons. And then explain them. Okay, here are some things to, here are some things to consider. Are hotels cheaper or more expensive without OTAs? Can hotels sell lots of their rooms online without OTAs? Do OTAs make things more convenient for customers or hotels? Okay, there's no right or wrong answer. Don't worry. You don't have to research, okay? Just give me your opinion, what you think. If you have some experience, then you can just tell me, oh, I bought a hotel at the net rate and it was cheaper than using an OTA, right? Just go from your experience. All right, that's it, everybody. We're done. We made it. You don't have to turn in this assignment until week 6, but you should do it this week while you remember everything we just talked about. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.